In the gang culture that I was involved in, we didn't let people walk away. People would get stabbed multiple times and stuff like that, and you become numb to it.
In 2004, Jose Quiroz, known as Mico, was a gang member rising up the ranks in Santa Rosa, California. For Mico, life was all about money and violence.
Looking for rival gang members, ambush them with baseball bats and whatnot.
For Mico, gang life was normal. As a 12-year-old boy, his role models were gangsters.
Seeing some of the men like coming home from prison, all tattooed up, and just the way that people respected or responded to them, where they would come around with their cars, their lowriders and stuff, and I would just, the level of respect, I knew that's what I wanted.
At 13, Mico was sent to juvenile detention for burglary. Over the next 5 years, juvie became a second home. That same year, Mico's mother, Anna, who was a drug user, got clean and became a Christian. She began praying for Mico's safety and his salvation.
Him and his sister being asleep in the room and me taking them off the bed and putting them on the floor while they're asleep, thinking there's gonna be a shootout outside or something, and so they wouldn't get hit by stray bullets. And I would pray over them. I said, God, don't let my choices affect them. Protect them.
Still, as Mico got older, his crimes escalated. Dealing drugs paid his bills, and eventually he too became an addict.
Just made me crazy, and to where I was out running around more and just more violent, and I was basically turning psychotic.
His mother continued praying for him.
I'd fall asleep on the floor, in the puddle of tears on the wooden floor, praying for his salvation.
Mico spent time in jail for drugs and weapons charges. He wore it like a badge of honor, even when he was sent to prison.
There was other guys waiting for we call it the Gray Goose, the bus, to come pick you up. And I remember that there was other guys that were waiting for the bus too, and how scared some of them looked. And in my head, I wasn't, I couldn't wait for the bus to come get me.
Anna recalls a sense of relief when Mico was behind bars. That is, until he was sent to San Quentin.
Because it's a whole other ballgame. And going to visit him and a guard telling me, because this is the most dangerous prison.
Life in San Quentin was hard. And for the first time since he was a child, Mico was afraid.
Okay, now I'm in danger. I knew that, I was gonna end up dead or doing life in prison. Validated gang member in the shoe with, coming out the cell for an hour a day by yourself in a dog cage. And if you're involved in gangs, then you'll eventually come to a point where your eyes are open and you know that's what's gonna happen.
While in prison, Mico's gang-related activities got him sent to solitary confinement. And Anna continued writing Mico letters, sharing God's love for him.
And I'm like, it's gonna come to pass one day. I didn't know how, I didn't know when.
The walls were closing in on me. I just, my heart wasn't in it anymore, and I didn't want to push through. And I just, looked at myself in the mirror and told myself, why am I still doing this? Everything of who I thought I was, all the value I had in myself was built off of me being a gang member. That my manhood, my honor, my integrity, everything was rooted in that. But once I knew that was going to be my demise, right there in San Quentin, I got on my knees and I cried out to God. I was brokenhearted. I felt the presence of God with me there. I just knew that, if I was going to be able to get out of this, that it was going to be the power of God.
After his release from solitary, Mico called his mother to share the news.
I was jumping for joy. I was thanking the Lord. I was jumping for joy.
Mico served out his 4-year sentence at San Quentin and returned home to a new life apart from the gang. His heart that had been so prone to violence now began developing compassion for guys who were once just like him.
Now to where I look at people, other men that are involved in that life, and my heart, jumps or it hurts. And I think that's one of the big transformations that the Lord has done in my life.
Today, Mico is married, has a great job, and a family. He's even leading Bible studies at his local church. His mother says his transformation is proof that God can change even the hardest heart.
Oh, I am so thankful to God. My heart just swelled over with joy. to see him, to see where he's at and how he overcame all that, of course, through Christ.
You know, and I think, and I fully grasp what he's done, that he chose me and I'm his son, you know, and I'm gonna be able to stand before him one day at the judgment seat, and he's gonna embrace me. Yeah, I'm just grateful, you know. The power of God is just, it's amazing. I'm grateful beyond words.